where is it that you focus the investments? It comes part where you have to talk about how long these investments will last. How do you ensure that when you buy something that you're not going to have to go and yank that out 3 days later and put
That's a,
something else in it?
can I get just a show of hands? How many of you here have bought a technology within 2 years it was bad and had to be replaced? And a lot of times the reason that that's happened is because the technology you're buying is either at the end of the S curve or it's not actually in a standard either for one of the brands or one of the bodies that are out there. When you're starting to look at the solutions, you got to make sure that you're in line with where the brands are going, and you've got to make sure you're in line with the governing bodies. Do not deviate from that, because odds are when those standards change, that's where you're going to get caught. All it takes is one stroke of a pen for the government to change a regulation around privacy, and you just lost over $1 million in development cost as you move forward.
To key in on that, we've talked about cellular and DAS, or distributed antenna systems. What Scott's organization and mine do, or Mach-In, or multi-operator core network. That's a neutral host product that installs different than a distributed antenna system. And so when we look at how that impacts a property and how it validates the investment, it deploys over existing infrastructure. It leverages existing internet, existing firewalls, existing Ethernet, and allows you to reap the rewards of that investment, and is not something that's going to go away in 2 years, right? Or 5 years or 10 years. You're going to have Ethernet on property. You're going to have backhaul increases on property. When we talk about cellular, are you deploying 4G, 5G, the right solution? We focus on the art of the capable, or the art of the practical, versus the art of the possible. The carriers will push for 5G everywhere. And the reality is there's a 20% performance gain with 5G. So maybe it makes sense, but it's at 2x the cost. So is there an ROA for that? Do you have to have the latest and greatest? Do you have to be bleeding edge? Or can you deploy a system that, with, as in the name, long-term evolution,
makes your guest happy,
yes,
without having to pay the Cadillac price, as we all
exactly.